All right, today we're checking out, my friends, a new game dropping soon called Anime Auto Chess. If you guys don't know, we checked this game out a few months ago, and let's just say they have leveled it up, guys. The graphics have gotten insane, and let's just say it's going to be pretty dope. So I have the Discord link down below if you guys want to check it out. They also have like an EA event as well if you guys want to get free early access and an exclusive unit. So make sure you guys go check that out as well. I'll have all the links down below. So let's get a little bit of a first look in Anime Auto Chess. So this game is not quite a TD, not quite an auto battler, kind of in a little bit of the middle between the two. So I'm going to get it started by showing you guys a little bit of what the gameplay is going to look like. So I have some of the cool units equipped. So I'll show you guys some of my favorite units. Obviously, you know, if you know, you know. And I'll kind of give you a little bit of a rundown so you guys have a rough idea of how the gameplay works. So I'm going to unequip Rias and we'll equip... yeah, so I'll show you a little bit of what the gameplay looks like, and then I'll give you guys some tips and tricks, and we'll check out some of the cool units as well. And just the graphics, etc., look really good. They definitely cooked, and I'm excited for this game to drop very soon. So let's go hop on into infinite mode. Here we go. And yeah, it looks like the graphics are looking pretty freaking crazy, guys. Oh my gosh. Dude, compared to the last time we played this game, dude, they're taking everything to the next level. So big shout out to whoever is doing their graphics. They're doing their big one right there. All right, so this is what gameplay is going to be looking like. So you're going to have some enemies over here, and then you're going to have your own. It kind of looks a little bit like a chessboard, but it's not really chess per se. But yeah, I have no cheap units, so I'm just going to have to skip the waves and probably, you know, just take some damage, which is okay. So every time an enemy hits your base, you're going to take, it looks like a 10 HP or so. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I decided to pick units that actually, you know... There we go. All right, now we can get it started. Now, there's lots of different types of units in this game. I'm going to start off with my boy Kurama. And Kurama is... What does it tell you? Oh my gosh. There's an ability on there too. Every unit has its own type. Let me see if it tells you what it is. Okay, looks like it doesn't tell you what it is in-game. Information. All right, 1 second. It doesn't tell you in-game what it is. Oof. All right, I'll give you a rundown anyway. So basically, there's units that have ranged attacks. There's units that take like a lot of damage. For example, I have this Guardian Rock. So basically what this Guardian... Oh, well, he takes up a few. So basically what this Guardian Rock is, it's going to allow it to take like a whole lot of damage from the enemies and kind of be like a barrier. There's units like Freerin. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you see how long they're going to take to open up this rock. And so that's going to prevent them from getting to your base for a long while. And then there's units like Freerin that are going to be like more ranged attackers. And there's going to be units that are kind of a hybrid like Swordsman. So they're kind of made to be a melee unit, but they're also made to also do a little bit of DPS as well. But you can see Guardian, dude, this thing is just a freaking tank. Like, I'm not even sure if you can actually like kill this thing. It's pretty beastly. All right, there's also auto skip as well, and there's also, I see down here, it looks like they have game speed too, so you guys can speed it up, which is pretty great. And yeah, you see this rock just completely tanked everything, which is pretty cool. And I'm gonna place my mage behind the rock, and I want to kind of see what the range is looking like. So here we go. So there's a unit under the rock. And now we got Freerin. I guess the rock is moving. Oh my gosh. What is going on? That's wild, dude. Oh my gosh. Let's just say the gameplay, this is pretty exciting. But you can see Freerin has that nice ranged attack. But you can also see she doesn't have as much health as other units. And I'll place down my Kirito. And you can see he has a lot of health. And he also has a lot of armor as well. So they all have different armors, etc. stats. And you can kind of combine those to get a good combination for you. So let me get that one. That's a really big, thick boy. All right, dude, this freaking giant rock is hilarious. All right, and then we have my boy Kurama. Now, also, you can upgrade the units as well. And they also have equipments too. So there's a whole lot of interesting things in this. I will say it's a little bit more on the complicated side as far as gameplay goes. So if you don't like a SpongeBob TD level experience, this is not that. This is definitely a little bit more complicated, but you're also able to pretty much get the gist of it just by looking at these classes. It'll show like warrior, it'll show like guardian, stuff like that, and you can kind of get a gist of what kind of combos you want to make from that. All right, I need to let this Kurama cook here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, come on, Kurama. There you go. And I love the models of this game. They're kind of cooking, I'm not gonna lie. They do a pretty good job there. So I think your best bet is you want to combine the classes. So maybe you have Kurama taking some of the damage, and then you have your Freerin or other mage type units do some ranged attacks. That way you're not going to die. Let's see who else do we have. We have Sukuna as well. And you can see this is the equipment. So you can equip 3 equipments onto each of your units. And some of the equipments, they're going to have like, we'll say like they're made for a certain unit. And other ones are more general. So this one's going to increase the HP by a lot. You can see he's actually a tank now. So if you have the right equipment, it's really good on certain units. Other times you can just pick random ones and they might give you like lesser buffs. So this one is going to give me a lot more damage and a lot of things. And of course you can equip all 3. So, I mean, obviously you need the 10 fingers, but you know, this one has 3 equipment slots. So that's what we're working with. And here's the boss, what the boss is looking like. Pretty decent. All right, I will say I'm a little bit disappointed with the model on this one. It looks like it's just a shirt. But I would say most of the models in this game are pretty good. But I think the enemies, they're kind of less good. I don't know if these are going to be the final models or whatnot, but you can kind of see like there's no 3D clothes. But then you can also see Kurama is just absolutely insane. So, but you know, pretty decent anyway. Now, unfortunately, your more OP units, you're going to see they only have like 1 placement, which is kind of sad. But, you know, it is what it is. And I think your more common ones are going to have multiple placement. But this freaking rock, guys, oh my gosh, it just does not die at all. I love it, man. So this is kind of a little bit of what the gameplay is like. You're going to place your units, etc. And you also have abilities as well. So, for example, I want a meteor strike. You can summon a meteor strike. It's going to use up some of your mana. So let me see. Can I use the ability? You can press E, and then I can select where I want to use the strike. All right. E to cast it. Okay, you can't click to cast. It's E to clap. Okay, that's fine. So X, and then okay. It looks like I don't have enough mana yet. All right, yeah. So all these require a lot more mana than I have, and it appears that the mana just recharges over time. So you can only use these once every while, but you can also see like how powerful some of these are. I'll show you a little bit more of the abilities later. But yeah, I'm pretty excited because like the quality of this game is pretty dang good. I would say my only gripe right now is the enemy models. I mean, obviously they have to make so many of them, so I guess they're not as high detailed. But let's head back to the lobby, and I want to show you some of the other features too. This is what the lobby is looking like. Pretty freaking good. And I like that it has like a lot of the other random QOL stuff. For example, here's what the level milestones are looking like. All right, I'm in the test server, so we can just claim them. And you're going to notice some things here. So power fragments, these are your trait rerolls. Deluxe dice, you can reroll stats. All right. So it has all those standard things you get in like TDs and whatnot. And the rewards are pretty good. So you're going to be definitely rewarded for getting the levels. There's also an index as well. So you can collect a bunch of the units. All right. If you want to collect the rewards, you can get some emeralds, etc. And there's a bunch of them. You can get quite a few stuffs by completing that. So that's pretty cool as well. And I think that's the normal and the shiny version, or no, that's the progress. And yeah. So there's like lots of different things you can get there. There's also a battle pass too. So they have all those little things all ready to go. Because this game has been in development, I want to say for close to 2 years. So like they really put a lot of thought into it. And yeah, so let's check out the summon now too. So this is what the summon's looking like. So far I only see 1 banner. Game Pass wise, you can buy rerolls, etc. I don't think you're going to need to do that a whole lot. This game is pretty balanced. So I don't think it's gonna be a big problem. You guys can see I'm already up to 81,000 gems. So like leveling up, etc. is pretty good. Here's what the summon animation looks like. So this is just a normal summon animation. It's gonna bounce around. And the more like the colors change, that's gonna be like the level unit you get. So as you can see here, I got like an epic unit. So there we go, swordsman. All right, pretty good. Not bad at all. And we also got some money. Now there's a ton of stuff to buy in this game. So this is the abilities vault. So this is gonna show you all the abilities you can get. So basically they're kind of broken down into like a debuffs, heals. So you have like your attacking abilities, you have your debuff abilities. So like you can remove debuffs, you can cause debuffs. There's even one for Swift where you can like run around a little bit. And it looks like they're inspired by a bunch of different animes. So we have like Blue Lock, we have like what looks like Sid, and we have some other ones. I'm not quite sure what they're from. They're more general, but looks pretty cool. And you can always combine these. And the nice thing is you can also kind of have like multiple players and classes. So maybe you want to have somebody that's more of a healer type player, etc. So that's kind of cool customization. And there's a little bit more than just like a normal tower defense. Like there's like a lot going into it. And then here's the merchant over here we can take a look at. You can buy like chests and stuff. Now look at the opening animation. I'm not going to lie. Whoever did that cooked. All right. Here's kind of the stuff you can buy. So they did a really good job with that. The graphics in this game are definitely top tier compared to most stuff coming out. Here's another night market they have. All right, you guys can buy like deluxe dice, etc. from here. Obviously, everything's kind of expensive, so it's definitely like black market right there. And let's see what other stuff we got going on. AFK zone as always. I think every game has that. And there's also what looks like traits, etc. So let's go ahead over there and we'll see what kind of the traits and the rates are looking like. So we got evolution, trait reroll, and potential. So this is where you're going to craft some of your like equipments, which you can use to increase the stats, etc. of your units. Here's the stat rerolls. All right, units have like stat potentials. So the more you use them, the better the potential. So I'm going to reroll all. So you can see now my worthiness is down to 0. And you can use the deluxe dice to just like roll on one stat at a time. So say you don't want a D, I want like a B or better. All right, you can use these. Now these are kind of expensive, so you kind of want to save them. But yep. And then we also got traits as well. I'll kind of give you a preview of what the traits are looking like. So thankfully it's a 0.5%, which is not bad. That's 1 in 200 odds. So this is probably the best odds I've seen. I don't know if they're going to adjust this or anything, but as of right now, like these are not bad odds at all. Like I see most games, it's like there's another 0 in there. So I'm glad that they don't have crazy bad odds. So we have Blade Master and we have Deity. It looks like none of these are like a Monarch style trait, which is pretty cool. And as far as like how much of a bonus they're giving, it looks like they're giving about double damage total bonus, right in that range. So they're not busted OP, but they're definitely kind of worth it. And then you have like your 5% ones, which honestly don't have that bad stats either. Like you can see how many bonuses there are. So like even the 5% ones are half decent. Obviously these ones are more like, you know, throwaways, but they're not half bad either. You're gonna get like a 20% boost. Some of them are a little bit more than a 20% boost. All right, these 34% ones, you're gonna get like a 10% boost, 15% boost at max. And then these 1% ones are gonna be like a 5 to 10% boost. So those are kind of what the traits are looking like. I like them, they look pretty cool. Blade Master, Deity. I wouldn't be surprised if they add some more of those later on. But let's go do some rerolls. Let's kind of see what this is looking like. What does it look like when we get a cool unit? I mean, odds are we should get something like a cool trait. Let's see what we're working with here. Okay. I'm getting cooked, guys. I ain't gonna lie. All right, and there is pity as well. So 1 in 1,000 pity for the mythic traits, even though it is a 1% drop. So we should be getting a mythic. I want to see if there's like traits like skip and stuff like that. All right, so it says, do I want to reroll on Scholar? Is Scholar a rare trait? No, it's a 5%er trait. So even those ones, they have that. So that's pretty good. So you're not going to like miss a good trait. But honestly, like these are kind of trash traits. Filters. Okay, looks like they're adding in filters later. That's still work in progress. So hopefully by release they'll have that, or maybe within the first couple updates. All right, can I pull a 1% trait? That is the question. So it's 1.5% chance of getting a good trait. Like a good trait. 0.5% for the best trait. All right, I'm getting a lot of 5%ers. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing well today, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, hopefully when the game releases and I have my actual units, because this is a test server, that I'll get some better luck. But oh my gosh. Dang, we got cooked, guys. Oh my gosh. Cooked already, man. Game hasn't even dropped yet. Crap. And it looks like coming soon we got an Alchemist as well, which is pretty cool. And we got got a pass. Now as far as what the bonuses on the pass are looking like, we got a lot of random bonuses. Power fragment. Okay, I think these are not final. I'm gonna hopefully they put like a cool unit or something in there. I'm gonna talk to the devs on that one. And if you guys have any feedback, you can put in the comments. And I have like direct DMs with the devs, so I can like tell them what to do. All right, here we go. All right, looks like you can rank up your units. Advancing a chest. Okay, this one doesn't even have any rank ups required. So this doesn't look like an Evo type thing. Okay, so certain ones have different requirements. You can get different stars, and that's going to increase your champion overall stats as well. So that's actually pretty dope. But not all units have it. So keep that in mind. So it looks like you can use like your fodder and you can star them up. So that's another way you can improve your units. And there's also achievements as well, and these are going to be a great way for you guys to get gems and other random things. And you even have a stat profile too that's going to, you know, expose you for all the stuff you did. And there's even titles as well. So you got some cool titles, and they're going to show up above you. The nice thing in this game is they're animated as well. So they, you know, put a little bit extra spice in there for us. All right, Transcendent. What is this one looking like? Honestly, not bad. So I definitely like that they put in a little bit of effort in here. Definitely pretty impressive. I'm excited. All right, we got like champion. Dude, I can't believe master is only like level 50. Oh my gosh. All right, that's pretty cool. So there you go, guys. I'm gonna have a link down below if you guys want to check it out. I'm trying to be the #1 inviter for this game. I'm like right behind like nag blocks right now. So if you guys want to help me out, hit that Discord. And they also have a little bit of an invite event going on. I'll show you guys the information right now. This is the information for the early access event. You just got to invite 5 people to the game and reach level 25, which I don't know how hard that is, but inviting 5 friends is pretty easy to do. And there's a limited early access for the unit. I don't know if they're going to add trading in the game, but maybe it'll have some value. And I'm seeing Sabo on the screen. I'm going to assume Sabo is the unit, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm assuming it's Sabo, which is a pretty crazy limited unit. So if you guys want to check that out, I have my Discord link down below. All right. Don't use this link, guys. Please don't. Use my link down below because I'm trying to, you know, become the #1 inviter. This is the leaderboard right now. I'm right behind Nag and the guy. This is the owner of the game, and then somebody that I don't know. Maybe he got like banned or something from Discord. But I'm right above Moz King and Toad Boy, so I'm trying to become #1. So use my link. I'll have it down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And let me know any thoughts or suggestions you have for this game. I can pass it on for the owner. Peace.